Good morning, good afternoon, others. We're going to work on multi-step equations, day 2. I want you guys to take, let's do 4 minutes this time, and see if you can solve these 3 problems. If you were gone yesterday, make sure you watch yesterday's video instead. That's going to help you, and grab yesterday's handout. Okay, time yourself for 4 minutes. Pause the video right now and do that. The goal is that you can do these by yourself or that you can use your notes to do them. Okay, so I circled the equal sign because equations are balanced and must remain balanced. And we're always solving for our variable. Okay, now our variable's on this side, so I'm going to start on this side. And we see parentheses, which means we first need to distribute. And we only distribute to the group. Negative 3 times 5k is negative 15k. Negative 3 times negative 18, let's check that. Negative 3 times negative 18 is 54, positive. And then I bring down my equals negative 22. Okay. Since we're solving for the letter K, I need to get rid of everything else. The K gets frozen. I need to get rid of adding 54. Well, the opposite of adding 54 is subtracting 54. What I do to one side, I do to the other. Okay? If you don't know how to do one of these steps, fix it on your paper so you know. Adding 54 then subtracting 54 cancels out to 0. And then we're going to do negative 22, and that would be minus 54. Negative 76 is my answer on this side. Then we need to bring down that negative 15k. Biggest mistake that I always see is everyone wants to add 15. But that's not adding, that is invisible multiplication. So to undo multiplication, we are going to divide by negative 15. Divide by negative 15. That's my second step. So, negative 15 divided by negative 15, negative 15, negative 15 will give me 1, so I'm left with 1k equals negative 76 divided by negative 15 will give me positive, we're going to round it, 5.0, that 6 bumps it up to a 7. Not too bad. All right, let's look at the next one. We have equation, so we're going to show that equation to balance and must remain balanced. We run into a problem. There are 2 letter D's, so we're going to combine like terms. 5D plus 1D will give me 6D. Then negative 35, a lot of people want to add those together, but we cannot cross the equal sign. So we're just going to put minus 35 equals negative 12. We're solving for the letter D, so that gets frozen, and we need to get rid of minus 35. To get rid of minus 35, we're going to add 35 to both sides. This cancels out to 0. We're going to do negative 12 plus 35. We get 23. Bring down the 6D. Because that's invisible multiplication, we're going to divide by 6. What I do to one side, I do to the other. 6 divided by 6 is 1D. 23 divided by 6 will give us 3.83 forever, so we're going to round it. That 3 just goes away, so we have 3.83. Okay. What is the mean or average of the following temperatures? Mean and average means we're going to add all the data, add data. Then we're going to divide, that means to divide, by how many there are. And that number changes. So let's go ahead and add them all together. If you didn't write anything down, make sure you pause the video and write it down. Don't just copy me, actually learn this. Negative 3.3 plus 8 plus negative 2.3 plus negative 4.5. I got the answer 2. all of that was just 2. I'm going to double check that's true, that I didn't make a mistake. We have negative 4.5, negative 3.2, 9.8, negative 3.3. Okay, got my numbers right. Then I'm going to divide by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because there are 6 numbers. 2 divided by 6, I get 0.33. Because it's in decimal form, I'm going to keep it there. And that's my answer. All right, will you put a smiley face by anything you got correct by yourself? If you didn't get something correct, make sure you have that done. So today is a review of what we did yesterday. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to do a problem, and then you're going to do the next one, okay? So you need to be paying attention, so you do the same steps. There'll be different numbers, so be careful. Make sure you're looking at those items. So what we have is an equation, so I'm going to circle it and bring it down. I'm going to look to my variable side, and I see that it's g divided by negative 3 plus 17. The variable gets frozen, and I need to get rid of the other item, plus 17. To get rid of plus 17, I'm going to subtract 17. What I do to one side, I do to the other. That's my first step, so I draw a line. We have 17 minus 17, and hopefully you can do that in your head, is 0, so that's why I put that 0 there. Then we do negative 38 minus 17 is negative 55. We bring down the g over negative 3 equals negative 55. Now, if you remember, this means to divide. To undo division, since I have a negative 3 on bottom, I need to multiply by a negative 3 on top. I'm going to multiply by a negative 3 on top. There's nothing there, so technically there's a 1, but we can just ignore it because negative 55 is on top. Okay? I almost think of it as negative 3 over negative 3. It cancels out to 1, so I can do a 1 right there. That's my second step, and I'm going to put g equals negative 55 times 3 will give me negative 165. Okay? Your guys' job is to pause the video and do the similar thing. Do you see how we have x over negative 5? You're going to solve for x. I want to know what x equals at the very end. Go ahead and pause the video, make that happen. Next, we're going to move to this one. This one says to solve. So, we have a lot of items going on here. We notice there's no parentheses, but there are some like terms. I have 8.4p, and don't forget to circle that negative 9.7p. I'm going to add those two together. We have 8.4 plus negative 9.7. We get the number negative 1.3. Don't forget the letter P with it. I almost did. Then we're going to add my other numbers, my constants together. Negative 11 plus 9. Negative 11 plus 9 will give us negative 2. Then we bring down the equals 48.8. And now we can solve for the letter P. The letter P gets frozen. I need to get rid of minus 2. To get rid of a minus, I'm going to add 2. What I do to one side, I do to the other. Minus 2 plus 2 cancel out. We have 48.8 plus 2 gives me 50.8. I bring down the negative 1.3p. Now remember, this is multiplication. If it's invisible multiplication, we actually are going to divide. Divide by negative 1.3, divide by negative 1.3. So we're trying to get 0 and then 1. Negative 1.3 divided by negative 1.3. That's going to give us our one variable. So that's what I want, our letter P. Then 50.8 divided by negative 1.3 give us this crazy number. But we round it. That 6 is going to bump up that 7. So we have negative 39.08 is what I'm looking for. Okay. So go ahead and do the same thing for this. We're solving for our equation. You got to combine like terms. Don't cross that sign until we solve. Looking at our last example for today, we have our equal sign, but notice our variables are on the right side, which is totally fine. We just take care of the right side first. Notice in those parentheses, we need to get rid of the parentheses first by simplifying and distributing. If I'm going too fast, make sure you pause the video. Don't just copy me. Make sure you're listening. So we're going to do 3 times negative 1/4. I get negative 3/4 h. Then 3 times 8 will give me positive 24. Once I distribute, I'm going to bring everything down. Negative 13 equals 1/2 h and plus. Everything else got used. Then this one also has too many letters, so we're going to combine like terms. Don't forget that that's a negative h. We have 1/2 plus negative 3/4. I get negative 1/4 h. Bring down the plus 24, bring down the negative 13, and our equals. So we're trying to solve for a variable h. So h gets frozen. We need to get rid of plus 24. To get rid of plus 24, I'm going to minus 24. What I do to one side, I do to the other. This cancels out. Then on this side, we do negative 13 minus 24. I get negative, sorry, there's not very much room, negative 37 equals, sorry, pencil problems, negative 37 equals negative 1/4 h. Now, we have a fraction and a multiplication, both multiplication and division. So, remember, if a number is in front of a letter, it's multiplication. So what we're going to do is we're going to divide by negative 1/4. If you remember from 6th grade, you can also times by the reciprocal. I'm just going to divide because my calculator can do that, and I don't have to worry about doing it in my head. Okay, this side, sorry it's little, is negative 1/4 divided by negative 1/4. That's that 1 I want. So these cancel out, and then I'm just left with an h on the right side. And then we have to do negative 37 divided by negative 1/4 is 148. So this looks really crazy, but it's just h is 148. Not too bad. Okay, you can also write it like this. Either way is fine, but I just left it because the variable was on the right side. I left it on the right side. Okay, similar problem. You guys are going to do just different fractions. Maybe write a little bit smaller so you can fit it all. So you'll pause the video and do this. Once you solve these, I will check these tomorrow with you. Once you solve these, you're going to log into, you're going to do the practice quiz. I want to see your work for all of these. Okay, so this is for Canvas. Your multi-step equations. Multi-step equations. Practice quiz. Okay, I want to see all of those. This is homework, and you should be working on it during class and see how much you can get done. I will be checking these tomorrow and to see that you're on task. Thank you.